I am not a native. I will never be as good as a native teacher. This, for me, is the biggest lie in language teaching. It's the biggest lie in ELT, English language teaching, and it's the biggest lie in language teaching as a whole. Unfortunately, even today in June 2020, this idea of native teachers being better than non-native teachers is still thought in many places around the world. I've been thinking about inequality a lot recently. Firstly, because of the Black Lives Matter movement which is happening around the world at the moment. And secondly, because in this soap opera world that is English language teaching, there's been some discussion recently about inequality and prejudice. So I want to tell you guys two very quick stories about why I think this is the biggest lie, why it's not true that native teachers are better than non-native teachers. The first story is about one of my students and one of my friends. I'm going to call her Rosie for the purposes of this video. Now Rosie wants to pass the CAE C1 Advanced English exam. And I asked her, why do you want to pass the exam? And she said, because she wants to become a better teacher. She also told me in our discussion that in her country, native teachers are prioritized above non-native teachers when it comes to English. I saw this with my own eyes when I started teaching English in Italy many years ago. At that time, there were many schools who would have been happy and who actually wanted me to go and teach English in their schools, despite the fact that I had no language teaching experience. It was simply good enough that I was a native English person. But let me tell you, most native English people in the world, they actually do not understand the English language. And at that time, I, as I said, had no teaching experience. I hadn't taught English, and I had no idea about how the English language worked. It's quite funny, and I've actually made videos about native English people not understanding the English language. It is completely true, and I told you, I myself did not understand the English language. I didn't understand grammar. I don't think I even knew the difference between an adjective, a verb, and a noun. Ridiculous though it sounds. And that is one reason why natives should not be prioritized. But there are many other reasons as well. And in order to understand these reasons, we need to think, what makes a good teacher? Now, for me, in my teaching career, there are many things that I think have made me a good teacher and that have given me good reviews from my students. And two qualities which I think stand out are patience and kindness. If you can be patient and kind, people feel relaxed and more open to talking with you, and they will use the language more. There is no doubt that having a good understanding of the language you are teaching is important. And having a certificate which shows you have a certain level of language can be very useful for you for many reasons. And I've made a video about why people take English language certificates. But language knowledge in and of itself is simply not enough to be a good teacher. I think you need kindness and patience along with many other qualities. For example, motivation. You should be inspiring and you should be able to keep your students interested and motivated. There are so many qualities that create a good teacher, and we need to stop thinking that simply being a native person makes you a good teacher. There's a quote which has stuck with me for the last several years of my life, and it comes from the film The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith says to his son, "Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something." When someone tells me I can't do something, I use that as fuel to make me do that thing, to help me to become that person, or to help me achieve that goal. I ask you to do the same. If anyone ever tells you that you can't do something, use it as motivation to want to achieve that thing, that goal. The second key message that I want people to take from this video is, if we are going to break inequality in the world, we need to show people that there is goodness everywhere. So don't shy away from who you are or where you come from. Be kind and be courageous. I've been Cambridge English teacher Rory, or Cambridge Rory, from studentlanguages.com. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification, and you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Subscribing will also help my channel grow, and it will help more students like you find my work. Thank you very much for watching, and don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something. Adios amigos. Ciao ragazzi. Au revoir. Bye bye. But understanding language in and of itself. But language knowledge in and of itself